guys. This is day 18 of me being interviewed by Caesar. Um, Look at this. Got this. Oh, my friend William's calling me while I'm just started the video, but he's gonna have to wait because I'm a little busy right now trying to make a video. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I got this. My mother got it for me. My mother got this for me. After school. Yeah, I think it's chocolate shake from Wawa, I guess. Tastes amazing. All right. Ugh. So Anthony, how was your day at school today? It was good. All right, so tell me all about your day today. All right, so I had a good day in science class, but let me think. All right, so today I didn't bring my computer to school today. I probably wasn't paying attention. Maybe when I walked out of my house, I didn't make sure I had everything, so I forgot my computer. But maybe if I do things like forget to bring my computer to school or get too much reminders to charge my computer at night, then I might not I might lose the privilege of taking my computer home. And my computer might have to start staying in school in charge. And I might lose the privilege of taking my computer home. So I gotta make sure that at night I charge it and I bring it to and I remember to have it with me while I'm in school. Because if I don't do that, then I might lose the privilege of taking my Chromebook home and it might have to start staying in school in charge. Yeah, and I don't want to lose the privilege of taking my computer home. So I'm going to try my best to charge it at night and to make sure that I have it in my possession. I was going to say position, but that's probably a word for sports. But my teacher, Mr. F, said it's in your possession. It's possession and not your position because position means sports position. But in your space could be in your possession, not your position. That's what he said. Well, I heard the assistant principal said if he sees a student have headphones again, even though they don't want students wearing headphones, then those headphones are going to go in his position. So I said that. I said maybe I got to make sure my computer's in my position. But my teacher, but my prepared professional, Mr. F, said it's possession. Yeah, maybe the assistant principal meant that the other way around. He probably meant to say possession. Yeah. But anyway, I had a good day. I had a good day in science class. And I don't remember getting any reminders. But I have to tell you something. So my friend Victor told Mr. F how he asked Mr. F did he remember when it was the attendance question, and when the attendance question was what are you thankful for, and Victor also asked Mr. F did he remember when I didn't want to say I was thankful for him. Mr. F said yes, he does remember that. And then Victor told Mr. F that I said, well, Anthony said that he doesn't have to be thankful for you. And then Mr. F said, I'm right. Yeah, well, Victor said, even though he wasn't mad at you, I'm still glad that I told him what you said. Yeah, sometimes Victor will tattletale, but I guess he's not tattletaling. Maybe, I don't know. But anyways, I had a good day in science class, and I don't remember getting any reminders. And I earned a check on my point sheet. All right, math class. Let me think. Yeah, in math class, I got a check too, and I didn't even need any reminders. And in music class, I didn't need any reminders either, and I had a great day in music class too, and even my second half of music class. But again, I was still the last one to leave Miss I was still the last one to leave music class, and everybody else already were going to their period 4 class, and me and Joshua were going to be late to Miss Bossard's class again. This is 2 days in a row. Yeah, I'm going to try to be to class on time, because this is 2 days in a row I wasn't able to go to Miss Bossard's class, and I had to stay in music class and explain to my music teacher how I get a check and how I get an X. So I was late to Miss Bossard's class. Again. But yeah. And yeah, I got a check in English class, and I had a good day in English class, but I probably needed a few reminders for not paying attention and for daydreaming and lollygagging. Yeah, I probably needed like 2 reminders or 2 prompts to pay attention. Yeah, in MTSS, I had to do something called a binder organization. And they said that my teacher said that my binder was fine because everything was organized. And I threw away everything that was in my folder that I didn't need or that I didn't want. And some things in my folder I was able to keep. And some things had to go in the garbage. Yeah, and my folder was organized. And I had everything in the right spot. Yeah. Alright, so my day at school was good, but I probably need about 2 reminders or 2 prompts. 2 reminders or 2 prompts in English class, but I'm gonna try not to wait for a teacher to prompt me to do everything. Yeah, a teacher or a paraprofessional shouldn't have to remind me or prompt me to do everything. Sometimes I have to do things without being reminded or without being prompted by any adults. I just gotta do things. Yeah. Sometimes I have to do things without being reminded or without being prompted by any trusted adults. Sometimes I just have to do things when I'm supposed to do it. And no adult should have to remind or prompt me. Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes I need to be prompted and sometimes I need to be reminded, but I shouldn't have to be reminded or prompted to do everything. And a teacher or a paraprofessional shouldn't have to prompt or remind me to do everything. Sometimes I need to do things without being reminded or prompted by any staff members in school. Yeah, sometimes I have to do things without being reminded or without being prompted by any staff members in school. Yeah, that's my goal. To try to do some things in school without being reminded or without being prompted by any staff members. Yeah, that's going to be my goal. Yeah, my day at school was good. Yeah, my day at school was pretty good. All right. Question. How was going to a new table going? It's doing good because I'm just glad that I don't have to sit with those 3 girls anymore. And one of them got sent to the stage because they kept talking. And that's another reason why I don't like sitting at the table, because every time when the administrators are making announcements, they always want to have full-blown conversations. And they should know that the administrator is not going to let the students get their lunch until the students meet the administrator's expectations. Yeah. First, you need to meet the administrator's expectations, and then they'll allow you to get your lunch. So yeah, this is how it goes in the cafeteria. First, you would need to meet the administrator's expectations, which means they would have to make some announcements. And if you be quiet and listen to the announcements, that's you meeting the administrator's expectations. But if you continue to talk while the administrators are making the announcements, then you're trying to avoid meeting the administrator's expectations. And that's not cool. And that's not good. Because that's the rules in the cafeteria. First, you would need to meet the administrator's expectations before you could do anything, before you could talk, before you could get in line to get your school lunch, and before you could be on your Chromebook. Yeah, before you do any of those things, you would need to meet the administrator's expectations, which means you would need to allow them to make the announcements, and your mouth should be quiet and your eyes and ears should be listening to the announcements. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, before you're going to be able to talk, and before you're going to be able to get in line to get your lunch, and before you're going to be able to get on your Chromebook, you would have to meet the administrator's expectations, which means you need to listen to the announcements first. And some kids think they can avoid meeting the administrator's expectations. And they think they could avoid listening to the announcements. And they think they could just talk while they're talking. But that's rude and disrespectful. And that's why I don't do that, because yeah, I don't do that because it's disrespectful. And if we only have a little bit of time for lunch, it's because some of the kids in the cafeteria, instead of meeting the administrator's expectations, they would want to try to avoid meeting the administrator's expectations. And they want to avoid listening to announcements, and they just want to continue to talk. And that's rude and disrespectful. So that's why I don't usually do that, because it's rude and disrespectful. Yeah, before the administrators are going to allow the students in Skyline Middle School, when it's lunchtime, before they're going to allow the students to get in line to get their lunch, and before they're going to allow the students to talk and have conversations, and before the administrators are going to allow the students to be on their Chromebooks, the students are going to have to meet the administrator's expectations first and listen to the announcements. Yeah, that's how it goes. And usually, I don't usually talk while the administrators are making announcements. And my ears are usually listening, and my mouth is usually quiet, and my eyes are usually facing the teacher, and my eyes are on the teacher, or on the administrator, the administrator. But some kids like to try to avoid meeting the administrator's expectations and talk and be on their Chromebooks and have conversations while the administrators are making announcements. And they need to stop doing that, because what if it's an important announcement? Yeah. Yeah, I don't usually talk while they're making announcements, because I like to meet the expectations. And I like to be respectful. And I try my best not to be disrespectful, so I won't get in trouble. But tomorrow, I'm going to try to turn in my permission slip for the trip, because if I don't turn it in tomorrow, then I might not be eligible to go. So tomorrow, my permission slip for the skating trip has to be due tomorrow. and the trip is on February 12th, and I'm going. So I'm gonna have to turn in that field trip permission slip tomorrow. That way, I'll be able to do anything. I guess. I don't know. All right. My day at school was good, Caesar. All right. Um. All right. So. All right. So what else did you do during math class? Oh, I forgot to say. During math class, I was making Acme deliveries for Heritage Elementary School, which is right down the hill from Skyline Middle School. My mother wanted me to go to that elementary school, but my mother wanted me to go to that elementary school, but she noticed that Heritage Elementary School didn't have autism support. So I had to go to Richardson Park. And then after that, I had to transfer to Warner. But I didn't want to transfer to Warner. I wanted to stay at Richardson Park. And you know what? I also went to Balts Elementary School, and I went to Shortledge. I went to Shortledge, Balts, Richardson Park, and Warner. 4 different elementary schools. My mother wanted me to go to Heritage. My mother wanted me to go to Heritage, but they quit their autism support. So I had to go to Richardson Park. But then after that, I had to transfer to Warner. I did not want to transfer to Warner. And I didn't like Warner. I wanted to go to a different school. But I had to stay in Warner because that's the school I was supposed to go to. Yeah. But yeah. Um yeah, I had to make some Acme and we also had to make some Acme deliveries for Skyline Middle School too. Yeah. Um all right. So you had a good day today, right? Right. All right, guys. Me and Caesar were having conversations about my day at school, and Caesar was asking me questions, I guess. All right, guys. This was day 18 of, I think it's day 18. All right, guys. I guess I'm gonna end the blog there. All right. Goodbye. See you in the next video.